I owned a coffee shop during the height of COVID, the times where you really had to wear a mask, where people unfortunately died from it. And these were also the times where people stepped into the shop not wearing any mask at all. Not because they forgot or any reason really, just because they didn't want it to. And that was very inconsiderate to everybody inside, not just to me, because there were older people, pregnant women, and very small children. You know, all the groups that are very high risk to COVID. That not just made me slightly annoyed because I had to deal with the situation, I had to deal with the person. That made me fuming. That made me angry. So angry that I started to confront them in front of everybody. That was then a point where I made it very uncomfortable to the people I actually wanted to protect. Yeah, that's not really the type of environment you want to sit back, relax, and have a coffee. Very, very embarrassing. If you see yourself just a little bit in that, let me tell you what my therapist told me. You're not difficult just for the joy of it. You're not a troublemaker. That intense, almost full body reaction is your ADHD brain's hardwired defense system kicking in against something that feels illogical and unfair. It's a neurological response, not a character flaw. And you're not the only one who feels this way. Let me explain a little bit more and show you some ways to manage it. When I snapped at the people who were not wearing masks, it got me so worked up and so angry that I couldn't think logically anymore. The sad part is that most of these people do it for exactly that. They do it for the confrontation. Why? I don't know what goes on in their weird minds. That's another topic. Nothing I will touch right now. The point is, I was so focused on this and so focused on the injustice, I couldn't react any differently. I was blinded by it. I was really, really lost in this emotion. And over time, it was consuming me. I was really exhausted every single day. I dreaded coming into work. I was dreading mornings. I had no joy left in me. It drained me physically because stress is not really great for your heart or for your sleep, for anything really. But it drained me way more emotionally. I couldn't feel any joy anymore at that point. It drained me. I drained all the joy out of me. I was snapping at everything and everyone because I was so on edge. My wife couldn't stand me at that point, and I cannot blame her. I couldn't stand myself. I was so annoyed, and that is unfortunately the cost of all of this. It can lead to burnout, anxiety, strained relationships, and sometimes also lost jobs. Feeling the weight of every injustice, be it some asshole not wearing a mask or the world news you see on TV, and feeling this on your shoulders and dragging it around and wanting to change it, that is an incredible burden. It can feel like a curse. Turns out this has a name: justice sensitivity. Your brain is wired to spot unfairness a mile away. And that's not something that is bad in itself. It's just really, really exhausting. Sorry to unload so much negativity onto you. I understand when you feel pretty down right about now, but trust me, hang in there. There's ways to deal with it and find your inner peace again. And no, the goal is not to turn it all off. Feelings are important. Feelings are there to be felt. And honestly, I don't think it's even possible. I think you cannot do it. The thing is, it's more about learning how to manage it. So the intensity is manageable and you doesn't just burn out. And for me, there are some things I learned along the way or found out about myself that helped me, and I want to share them with you. The most important one and biggest one for me, honestly, is therapy. That's the game changer for me. I know and I acknowledge sometimes it's really hard to get the help you need for whatever the reason is. It's not easy, I know that. And even if you find somebody, that doesn't mean that is an immediate perfect fit the first time, which is really annoying because you can go through different therapists until you find somebody that is a fit for you. And that was something that threw me off, to be honest. It annoyed me so much because it cost so much energy and time and money to go through all the same things over and over again because it's a new therapist, that at some point I swore I'll quit and I will never do therapy again. Yeah, I'm aware about the huge extraness of that and how, but yeah, it's kind of on point of what I'm trying to say here because it's very, very big emotions about injustice and stuff. Luckily, I became mature again and started again looking, and I found somebody that is a fit. That changed it. That changed my life, to be honest. So please stay with it. Keep searching. I made it sound like it will happen like this, which that's not true. The truth is, it will take time and effort and continuous showing up to have an effect, and you will almost not feel it until you look back like, okay, a year ago I would have reacted completely different than I'm reacting now. And then that's the point where you realize, oh yeah, that changed, I changed. And so it's important. Please, I cannot stress enough how wonderful therapy is. Sorry, I'm not sponsored by anything. Just great. Something I learned there is that you can't fix every injustice. That's really the harsh reality. As I said, during the COVID times, I was really not great to be around. I was always annoyed, always tired, and always irritated by everything. Yeah, I know, my wife told me exactly that for free. She told it me time and time again that I'm not changing anything. I'm not changing the minds of the people that come in and do shit just because. I'm not changing them. But I needed to understand that through therapy. Sometimes it also helps if you hear that from somebody else that is not the closest person to you. I don't know why. So maybe it helps if you hear it from me. Don't make your life miserable for nothing. Don't try to make everybody better. Pick your battles. Don't be like me. Don't just don't. Don't be like me in that, please. Something I learned without therapy, something that is very, very common, and so I'm sorry, because also nobody wants to hear that, but it's do sports. Sports are also something you can do right now. You don't have to wait for therapy. You don't have to talk to somebody if you don't want to right now. You don't have to read a book. You can just go out and go for a run. And the thing is, you need to find something that you can stick with, something that is fun, because that's the whole point. Yeah, sure, you can drag yourself to like the spinning class that you hate, because then you've done sports and you feel good about the fact that you've done sports. But if this hurdle is there in the beginning that you need to get over time and time again, you will not keep doing it. So find something that's fun for you. Experiment, try different things. If you want it easy and that's your jam, go for a run. That's my thing. I lend it to you happily. Go to a spinning class if that's your thing. If you like more team sports, play basketball. Or if you want a little bit more mobility, also connected with mental health, or I don't know, like meditation type of stuff, do yoga. Try out different things and feel what difference it makes, because it does make a difference. And I will shut up. And let the point speak for once. Whew, sorry for the slight ramble there at the end. Got a little bit off track, but we're back. Yeah, the point is of this video to show you that it's actually good to have a strong sense of justice. That is something to be proud of. It means that you care deeply about fairness and truth and doing right by people. And I feel especially now it's so important to have a good moral compass. Yeah, sure, it needs some attention and definitely strategies to cope with, so it doesn't consume you and you don't lose all hope on humanity. But once that is in place, it is generally something you can be proud of. Please take that from this video now, that you can be proud of yourself for having a good moral compass. Whew, thank you so much for riding this roller coaster of emotions with me, and I hope you have a wonderful day and see you next time. Take care.